Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Vanessa Buyco, your presenter for today. Our action research study is entitled Vawc in Focus, Realigning Perspectives, Perceptions, and Plans through the Localized Brochure Distribution in Kawit Community. Violence against women and their children is one of the major issues in the Philippines. According to the 2017 National Demographic and Health Survey conducted by the PSA, one in every four Filipino women had experienced domestic violence in the year 2018. Based from the records of the MSWD of Kawit Cavite, they have received 16 abuse cases against women and children in December 2020 and 79 abuse cases in December 2021. The Vawc is still evident last year as they have received 111 imported cases as of June 30, 2022. This study addressed how the Kawit community perceived the risk of sexual and gender-based violence experienced at home. The result of the study helped the private and public sectors to eliminate violence against women and children. This study aimed to answer the following questions. First, what is the perception of the Kawit community on their rights to end violence against women and children before the brochure distribution? Second, what is the perception of the Kawit community on their rights to end violence against women and children after the brochure distribution? And lastly, based on the results of the study, what programs or projects can be implemented on the campaign of violence against women and children? This research study used purposive sampling technique in which we gathered data from 25 students from grade 7 to 12 and 25 parents from the Kawit community. We use interview questionnaire as our primary source of data. We also use qualitative phenomenological research design in analyzing the gathered data. Here are the identified themes before and after the brochure distribution. The data was based on the gathered responses from the participants. Meanwhile, this table shows the perceived themes before and after the brochure distribution. The data was based on the similarity of the gathered responses from the participants. Our first research question aimed to find out the perception of the Kawit community on the rights to end Vawc before the brochure distribution. The following tables prove that the respondents have limited knowledge on violence against women and children. The respondents identified maltreatment and harassment as the key concept for the first interview question. Meanwhile, usual solutions like informing the teachers and assigning agency to handle the abuse cases were the identified themes for the second interview questions. Both students and parents had no confidence in handling abuse cases. Our second research question aimed to find out the perception of the Kawit community on the rights to end Vawc after the brochure distribution. Based on the gathered data, the results clearly shown that the brochure helped the respondents to have an in-depth understanding of the topic. Most of the respondents answered abuse as the key concept on Vawc. They also believe that counseling should be given to every Filipino family to prevent the cases of violence. The majority of the interviewed individuals believe that there must be an imposition of charges to the offender. The awareness that they had on this issue will let them fight for their rights so that violence won't happen again and justice will be given immediately to the victims. Our last research question aimed to determine the programs or projects which can be implemented on the campaign of Vawc. Therefore, the researchers came up with the three proposed projects. First, provide capability training for government agencies and private sectors. Second, the barangay officials must maintain their partnership with the focal personnel of the women's desk. And lastly, High Teach program must incorporate Vawc in the teaching learning process. Based on the results of the study, the brochure has a positive effect to raise awareness on violence against women and children. The findings suggest the possibility for future researchers to continue this quest on a deeper and wider spectrum, and to explore other factors that may raise awareness regarding violence against women and children. Here are the references that we've used in this study. So I think that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much.